pauses and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning to those in Australia, and good afternoon to the rest of us. I don't know if it's morning in Australia. It probably is in Ireland, though. It's getting late in Ireland. Let's just go with Japan then. All right. We'll go with that. The new podcast is out. People are downloading it. Where are we at? I never tell my numbers, just so you know. Yeah, pretty good. 16 downloads. All right for me. Yeah, 15 downloads. It's all right. So, the way I work the podcast, I don't promote it. It's done. The way that I get it out there is I pick speakers, and then those speakers share it with their friends, and then their friends listen to my podcast. That's how I do it. It's very, very fluid, and it's going to remain that way. If you haven't figured out by now that I love my fantasy, then, if you haven't figured that out, then hey, Chris, good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Happy Saturday to everybody. So I go upstairs, right, and my daughter gives me this, and she says, Dad, it's got prebiotics. It's got everything that you need, okay, and less sugar. And she's like, I got you cherry, okay, but I'm gonna try and make a switch. I just wanted to cry. I did, because she was thinking of me. That was it. And I'm gonna give it a try because she was thinking of me. I'm willing to make the change because somebody that's how you encourage people. I just thought it was really neat. As you can see, I have a blank spot over here. My wife took some of my decorations. We're putting everything where it needs to be now. We've lived here for a year. Between our clients passing away, people moving in, just a plethora of stuff. We haven't had a chance to decorate or put anything where it's supposed to be. And that's kind of what we're doing today. So, background main is going to change some. Not that it really matters. Today, we're reading out of the big book. There is a solution. And this chapter 2 is really what they consider the start of the big book. This is really where the big book, in a sense, starts. Before that, you've had the preface, you've had the stories. You had a story, you had Bill's story. We had the doctor's opinion. But it isn't until we get to chapter 2 that we're really going to be starting the steps. Okay? And what is the first word? We. We. Just like the beginning of our steps, we. Okay? Everything starts with we. Everything starts with us. Okay? What does that mean? It means we don't do our recovery alone. Okay? We need a guide. I have guides. You bet your butt I have guides. Okay? If I didn't have them, I wouldn't be able to make decisions. I'm ready to cut all my fucking hair off again. This is the stage that I go crazy. It's going to be another month before it's... Okay. We of Alcoholics Anonymous know thousands of men and women who were once just as hopeless as Bill. Nearly all have recovered. They have solved the drink problem. That is a bold statement and true. I have also seen this. Chris has also seen this. Chris has seen thousands of men and women who are just as hopeless as Bill recover. I have too. Thousands. Yeah. I've been around for a little bit. I know my boyish charm makes me look like I'm in my 20s. You can laugh at that one. Okay. So we are average Americans. All sections of the country and its occupations are represented. Okay? There isn't an occupation that I haven't met in here. Okay? Every occupation. That includes judges, doctors. Okay? There's a lot of groups out there that meet in secret, like pilots. Pilots meet in secret. Judges tend to meet in secret. They cannot be seen in the public eye sometimes because of the stigma that goes along with it. And that certainly wouldn't be fair to that person, would it? No, it would not. We are people who would not normally mix, but there exists among us a fellowship of friendliness and understanding, which is indescribably wonderful. Okay, once again, indescribable. We're not going to be able to describe what it's going to be like for you. That is something that you're going to have to find out for yourself. Okay, but certain words will come out of your mouth: joy, serenity, happiness. Hey, Gary, we had a couple other people here too. Hello to you. We are like passengers of a great liner the moment after rescue from shipwreck, when camaraderie, joyousness, and democracy pervade the vessel from steerage to captain's table. What that means is that nobody is unimportant. And in that situation, no one is more important than the other person. Okay. Now, let's say you're on and you get shipwrecked. Well, now the person that was the captain of the boat may not be the right person to commandeer the people on the stranded island. Those roles may change. Your roles may change. Okay? And our roles do change here. We go from the one that needs to be helped all the time to the person that is helping all the time. That is the change that we make. Okay? Yesterday in the meeting, we talked about balance. That means that my life is on a give and take basis. That means I give 50% of the time and I take 50% of the time. However, our joy and escape from disaster does not subside as we go our individual ways. The feeling that we have shared in a common peril is one element. I almost said elephant. That is one elephant in the powerful cement. All right. That is one elephant. I did it again. That is one element in the powerful cement which binds us. But that in itself would never have held us together as we are now joined. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. Good to have you. Good to have you. So that's the neat thing. As we go our separate ways. Yeah, thanks. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Thanks for going along with that. If we don't make fun of ourselves and have fun, then there's no point in doing any of this. So it's my dyslexia, or lystexia as I call it. Okay. But what's neat about this is I can go out into the world and find friends of Bill W. And I'll know if you're a friend of Bill W. I can see it in your eyeballs. See, recovering alcoholics get this certain shine in their eyes. Okay. I'm sure this happens in the other 12-step groups, but in AA, I know it happens because I watch it. I watch for the shine in the eyes. That's what I'm going for. Because when the shine's in the eyes, you know who's talking? God. And when that's happening, you know what I'm doing? I'm listening. I'm listening. even if it's coming out of the mouth of somebody that I quote unquote don't like. Right? What does it matter? What does it matter? Okay. The tremendous, yeah, he does. That's it. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah. The tremendous fact for every one of us is that we have discovered a common solution. Okay. So this paragraph, we have found out a way which we can absolutely agree and upon which we can join in brotherly love and harmonious action. This is the great news this book carries to those who suffer from alcoholism. Okay. That is the miracle of the book. 100 people came together and agreed on a common solution. Bill W. did not write the big book. Yes, it's his verbiage, but it was changed a lot by those 99 other people. It was. If you have a chance to go read the original manuscript, which I believe is on PDF, you can just ask Uncle Google, okay? And you will see how much different it was. He was kind of a dick. Okay, but he was very serious about this program. So that paragraph right there is talking about the book. That 100 people came to an agreement. 100 alcoholics could agree on a common solution. And what was the common solution? It was the 12 steps. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Happy Saturday. I've been trying to make sure I'm saying hi to everybody. If I miss you, it is not intentional. Okay. So, because I know sometimes when I come here and I do things like this and people forget to say hi to me, I tend to think it might be me because that's how I am. I'm paranoid and I don't know how to handle friendships yet. I don't. So sometimes I have to ask. So, but I don't want anybody to ever feel like they are not a part of this because you absolutely are. All right. An illness of the sort, and we have become to believe in an illness, involves those about us in a way no other human sickness can. If a person has cancer, all are sorry for him and no one is angry or hurt, but not so with the alcoholic illness, for with it there goes annihilation of all things worthwhile in life. Anything worthwhile. That includes relationships, mostly. For me, it included the relationships. And here's where it is. It engulfs all whose lives have touched the sufferers. Yes, we have, Chris, for a long time. We've been pretty good friends. That's good to know. That makes my heart happy to know that this recovery thing has not been easy for me. Okay. I've lost a lot of people. It brings misunderstanding, fierce resentment, financial insecurity. Financial insecurity, disgusted friends and employers, warped lives of blameless children, and sad wives and parents. Anyone can increase the list. We hope this volume will inform and comfort those who are or who may be affected. There are many. Sorry. I started thinking about all my friends, and you guys know me well enough. I'll just start crying. So be careful. I'm a sensitive guy, man. I am. I'm a sensitive guy, and I feel deeply. Just that's how I am. What's neat about this is we can stop a generational cycle. So alcoholics is going to be different because if our children are born alcoholic, if we're born alcoholic, what can you really do? You can do a lot. Okay. My mom fucked up my drinking career at 14 and it worked. It worked. I love you too, Chris. I love you a lot. So you can do things. We can be a good example because our kids are watching. They're watching, and it doesn't matter how old they are. I still, I'm, I'm 53, and I still watch what my mommy does. Do you hear that? How that's coming out of my mouth? I can't say it any other way. She's my mommy. I don't call her mom. I've never called her mom. I've always called her mommy because all the other kids call her mom. I call her something different because I'm different. It's just it's the way I've always been. You know, um, I have a couple of my kids live with me, and it seems to get better. It's slow, but it gets better. And the neat thing though is that we're growing together. Even right now, my ex-wife is upstairs. This is how this house runs, man. Okay, it's her grandchild too, and she can come over, and she can come over whenever the fuck she wants to see her grandchild. I'm not going to stop that. We get along. We get along as well as two people can. We've been through some things, and I'm very proud of her too. She's done a lot of things. But that's what we do here in this family. We support, and it doesn't. Even if it's my ex-wife that needs the support, that doesn't matter. She's part of the family. She's part of the family, and I have to. Okay. Now there are things that have been done that still hurt me, but I'm a big boy, and guess what? I can handle those things. I need to handle those things because it isn't their problem. It's mine. All right. Highly competent psychiatrists who have dealt with us found it sometimes impossible to persuade an alcoholic to discuss his situation without reserve. Strangely enough, wives, parents, and intimate friends usually find us even more unapproachable than do the psychiatrist and the doctor. I'm going to tell you why. I'll tell you why I wasn't honest. Because you put people like me away, and fuck you. You are not putting me away. It happened to me already. I'm already jacked up over it. Okay? It's my biggest fear. It's my biggest fear. That's why I wouldn't be honest with them. I didn't want them to know how crazy I was. Okay? I've had enough of 72-hour holds. I've had enough of waking up with chalk all over me. I've had enough of it. Okay? But it wasn't until, okay, this next part is paramount. It's paramount. But the ex-problem drinker who has found the solution, who is properly armed with facts about himself, can generally win the entire confidence of another alcoholic in a few hours. You can do it in minutes. Until such an understanding is reached, little or nothing can be accomplished. It is you. You're the factor. Doctors, people that have been studying us for 20 freaking years, paid millions of hundreds of thousands of dollars to study us, okay? Who these poor people can't come up with an answer. They want to help. They have these servants' hearts, but gosh, it can be so fucking hard. Okay? That's where we come in. Yesterday I did an interview with a servant heart. Okay, he was the director of the Pueblo Rescue Mission. A beautiful, beautiful program going on there. Okay, she is non-alcoholic, but she understands something very simple. She understands that peer-to-peer is best. That's what she gets. And because of that, she will be more successful. She will be more successful. The reason I tout them is because I watch the reintegration of people back into society, and I know what that's like because I've had to do it twice myself. And it is not an easy road to come from the streets to a one-bedroom apartment. It's hard to do. Okay? You go fill out an application. Well, what's your address? Well, Civic City Park, Denver, Colorado. How can we reach him? I'll come back. Okay. That the man who is making the approach has had the same difficulty, that he obviously knows what he is talking about. Okay. Here's the other thing. Expectations. We can feel expectations from a mile away. I need to make sure that this isn't something. Okay. It was just about laundry. Right. That the thing is we don't want anything. Even even my wife wanted something from me, and that was to get sober. Even she did it very, very. She was very assertive about it. Okay, my wife never tried to control my drinking. She didn't do that. Now she did. She would start to lay down the law at the end. The big one that did it to me. She said, I will not be around you if you're drinking." That was it. That was it. I couldn't do that. I couldn't go for it. I couldn't go for it. Right? It was like a Hall & Oates song. I can't go for that. No, no can do. No. Okay. It had to hurt. It had to hurt. Okay. And she delivered that to me. But she also let me know that she loved me so much and that she knew who I was, because she was around when I was sober the first time. And she would tell me things like, "Dion, I will love you until you learn how to love yourself, because I know what you're like when you're sober." And she just kept repeating that. Okay. How am I going to argue with that? I can't. That his whole department shouts at the new prospect that he is a man with a real answer, that he has no attitude of holier than thou, nothing whatever except the sincere desire to be helpful, that there are no that there are no fees to pay. Okay. The fees we don't mind so much. Here's the big things. No axes to be ground. No people to please. No lectures to be endured. I was so tired of being fucking lectured. This finger right here, I just want to break it off. People do. It's the Al-Anon handshake. Okay, it's a recovery joke. It's a recovery joke. Okay. These are the conditions we have found most effective. After such an approach, many take up their beds and walk again. And remember, at the beginning, we talked about how some of us have seen thousands of people. Thousands. And I think I'm being low on my number, because I'm not the best at that. But when you're around this program for 30 years, okay, I see a new newcomer every day, almost every day, because of the types of meetings that I go to. I go to newcomer meetings. My home group is a newcomer meeting. Okay, it keeps me fresh. It reminds me why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, and these things are important in my life. See, everybody has a reason for being there that day. And I like to find out what that reason is. Sometimes that reason is because a friend of mine celebrated 90 days. Sometimes it's because somebody might be going through something that I might have an answer. Or I may be going through something and the answer comes out of somebody else's mouth. Okay. What we work up with here is what's called reciprocation. It's a back and forth. We're the ultimate pay it forward. Okay. So when we say free, I see all of this was given to me for free. All right. So that means that I need to give this away for free. Right? Yeah. That's why I have a hard time with the whole money thing, but we're not going to talk about it. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I didn't say elephant again. Oh, oops, there was. Well, it was cool to have some kind of different people and stuff here. Um, just a reminder also that you are allowed to share your experiences here. Sometimes I come on here and I share my experience, and yours may be different. We need those. So this is a place where we can talk. Um, and I'm not going to get upset if you say, "Well, Dion, let's stick on this a little more." Oh no, I'm gonna love it. I love it when people ask me tougher questions so we can find out. Somebody asked me some questions the other day. I didn't know the answers, so I'm finding them out. That's how we do this, right? If I don't have an answer to a question, I have what I need to go find it out. Right? The question is about donations and things like that, and I think it's a great question because each group is autonomous, but okay, there are guidelines. So, all right, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Um, I'm gonna go to my 3 o'clock meeting. Don't forget, we got a new podcast out, trudgingtogether.com. You can find it there. I hope you enjoy it. I think it came out really, really well. I really do. There's some pretty neat stuff in there. I love you. Peace out and have a day.